Hi everyone, I hope you had a great day, and I just wanted to share with you what I do at night before I go to bed. It's Moonflow yoga. It really has helped me fall asleep easier, wake up more refreshed, sleep deeper, have nice dreams. So I'll be guiding you through that, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, so come to the front of your mat, big toes together, stand straight, head up, spine up, tailbone slightly down, get a nice stretch, and begin to cultivate a nice Ujjayi breath, the sounding breath. Focus your energy in now. Observe where you are, whether it's your room, outside, the living room. Just know that you're safe here and that this time is for you. This will heal and bring light into any stressed areas that were developed throughout the day. So just continue breathing, and remember that throughout this practice that your breath flows with the movements. So inhaling, exhaling through the nose, and always remember to breathe and oxygenate your body. So now let's bring our hand over our heart center and our solar plexus center and begin this energetic exchange with the universe. Feel the heat of your hands over. Inhale the gifts of the universe and exhale your gifts to the universe. Begin the divine exchange of gratitude, love, compassion. It's all a circulating motion that is around us all the time. What we put in, we get out. Always remember. And just stay here for a moment. Feel this energy around your heart and solar plexus, and breathe the Ujjayi breath. Very good. And let's release our arms down and begin to swing side to side. You can use your hips. Just a nice twisting motion. Don't force anything. Just warming up the spine and the body. Use the weight of your arms to guide you. Good. And come back to center. And inhale your arms up. You can clasp and point your fingers back so you can see. Clasp and stretch. Just move your rib cage out of your waist. Breathe into the areas of tension and just stretch, stretch. And slight back bend. And go ahead and bend to your right. And inhale into your right side body. And exhale, surrender into the stretch. Good. Inhale, center. And exhale to your left. And make sure to keep your right shoulder up and back so your chest and hips are in one straight line. Don't force yourself further than you can go. Only go what's comfortable. Yoga is not about doing the pose perfectly. It's about finding growth Good. Now inhale, center and exhale. Okay. Sorry, it gets me a little loopy. Alrighty, so we just did our exhale and we're gonna inhale up and exhale down. Flat back, hands on the ground. And just shake your head yes and no. Release the back. Cross your arms, release the neck. Let your head hang heavy. Let this open up your cervical spine. It's just a nice stretch. And breathe in. Do a little waterfall motion down. Stretch a little further this time. Explore your body. See what it feels like if you just stretch a little more down, or if you maybe move one shoulder down or the other. Good. Continue breathing. Now you're going to place your hands on the ground and open your fingers wide. And when I mean wide, open them wide. This is your base. This is your foundation. And step back into a plank. Good. Strong plank, strong core, strong arms, all together, one straight line. Good. Now take an inhale. And exhale. We're just going to stay here and cultivate some energy. Good. Continue holding plank. This will tighten the muscles that might have been ignored during the day if you had a desk job or something. Just get that blood flowing through there, and you can move around in your plank, feel free. Good. Now we're going to go down, chaturanga, and upward facing dog. Look back, look up, move around. Good. Back to plank. Chaturanga again, and downward facing dog. I don't feel like you have to get your heels on the floor here. If your toes need to be up because your hamstrings are tight, let it be. And just move your legs side to side, opening up the backs of your legs. Very good. Make sure your arms are nice and straight here. Look back at your foundation. Less tension in your shoulders. Good. Now inhale your left leg up and over. This is a nice hip opener. Remember to keep your shoulders square. And you can hold this here for a moment. This will open up the hips. We tend to store emotion, trauma, negative energy in our hips. So don't be surprised if you start feeling something, but just know and be grateful that it's being released. Very good. Now go ahead and swing your left leg through, place down, and drop your knee. Good. Hands up. This is equestrian pose. If you can, look back, do a nice back bend. Fabulous. Breathe. And take it down. Setting sun. Good. And just be aware, this is a nice hip flexor for your right leg. Good. Now curl a toe under, and we're going to lift our left arm up. Make sure your arms are in a nice straight line. Look up towards the ceiling, look up towards the sky. Breathe. Reach forward and down. Round the back. Knee up again. Opposite side, right hand up. Keep your arms square on top of each other. And look up. Good. Reach forward. And then back to plank. Good. Now we're going to go lower all the way down to our stomach in chaturanga. Keep your arms close to your rib cage. And place your chin on the mat and slowly rise up into Cobra. Now Cobra uses very little hand strength here, so this is a lot of back. So just go with what feels comfortable for you. Do not try to push this. So go up into Cobra. And your hands are only here for support. You could do it even without some. Good. Back down. Inhale and exhale back into child's pose. I want you to grasp onto your mat and pull your hips down towards your heels, and this gives a nice stretch. Go ahead and place your forehead, your third eye on the mat. This will help with your concentration. Very good. Okay, just breathe to this. If it's more comfortable, if you want a nice hip stretch, you can open up your knees a little wider, get lower, just making sure you do a nice adjustment on your hands. And yoga is about what feels good. It's always good to push yourself, but not to the point where there's any pain or anything like that. And just breathe into this, stretch. Good. Alright, now we're going to bring our hands up. We're going to push ourselves up, back into downward dog. And we're going to lift the left or the right leg up, and you hear that crack. That's my hip. Now open the hip. Nice and open. I always have to remind myself to keep my shoulders square. Try to keep my hips aligned on top of each other, and don't let yourself topple over. Have the strength and stability in this left leg. Good. And swing through. Left knee down. Good. Hands up together. Equestrian back bend. Breathe into this. These back bends can cause our fight or flight to kick in. But just remember that you're safe here. Now exhale down. Forward bend, kind of retroact that nice back bend we got. Go ahead and take your right hand up along with your left knee. Hold that up. Forward and down. Left hand up. Forward and down. And go back into plank. Good. I'm going to go back into a strong plank here. I always have to remember that to keep my hips down. Tighten your core here. Protect your lower back. Strengthen your abs. Flex them. Just make sure you have that so you don't do any damage. This is all about balance in the body. This uses that core strength, that strength that we need to stand up tall. It's that inner strength. Alright, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Good. Just bicycle the heels here for a moment. Just take a moment to regain everything. Downward dog. Remember to breathe. Okay, now we're going to run through the moon salutation a little faster. So just follow me. Okay. Left side, left leg up, hip open. Breathe into that hip. Breathe into that tension and release it into the universe. The universe wants to give you light and love. Good. Release that. Inhale, exhale. Left leg through, knee down, hands up. Good. Back bend if you can. Come down. Forward bend and Right hand up with knee. Look up to the sky. Forward and down. Left hand up with the knee. Forward and down. Good. Left leg back. Plank. Down into chaturanga. All the way to the floor. Chin down. Cobra. Good. Inhale up. And exhale down. This is really going to start working with your breath. Back into child's pose. Good. Stretch. And we're going to come back forward into cobra. Good. And down. Push back into downward dog. Left side, right side rather. Open up that hip. Shoulders square. Breathe into the tension. Good. Exhale, pull it through. Knee down. Hands up gracefully. Equestrian with back bend. And down. Good. Forward bend. Right hand up with the knee. Square your shoulders. Look up. One straight line. Forward and down. Inhale, left arm up with the knee. Forward and down. Good. Back into plank. Down. Into cobra. Exhale. Push back into downward dog. And that's the flow. So I'll take you through it one more time. And then feel free, or please do this on your own. And we'll meet back here in downward dog. So once again, we have left leg up, roll hip over, open it up and breathe into it. Good. Exhale, foot through, knee down, hands up, equestrian, back bend in prayer. Exhale down, forward bend. Good. Left hand up with a knee, look up and forward and back down. Right hand up with the knee, and forward and down. Flip back, plank, chaturanga down, up to cobra. And exhale, and push yourself downward or child's pose. Right knee up, hip open, shoulders square. Breathe into the hip, breathe into the hamstring. Ground yourself. Push your foot down. Strong legs, strong arms. Good. Flow through. Knee down. Hands up. Back into a bend. Breathe in, breathe in. Don't fear it. Good. Come down. Retro bend. Right hand up with the knee. Look up. Forward. Down. Left hand up with the knee. Back forward. Down. And push back down into downward dog. Now let's do that cycle about 2 or 3 times. Meet you back here. Remember, go with your breath. The Ujjayi breathing. Don't clench your jaw and just breathe. And remember, this is a divine exchange with the universe and the energy of the moon. Namaste, and I'll see you back in downward dog. finish up and find your way back in a downward dog. Once you're there, take a few nice deep cleansing breaths and appreciate the work that you've just done. Good. Okay. Now I want you to walk or jump your feet up between your legs, or I'm sorry, your feet up between your hands, and come into a nice forward bend. Release everything. Cross your arms. Shake your head yes and no. Good. And just hang here like a rag doll. Loose. Allowing the gravity of the earth to pull you down and nourish your spine. Make space between your vertebrae, decompressing them. Breathe. Very good. And just keep your hands on your floor and do a straight back and just look forward. Get that strength in your back, between your scapulas. Come back down. Move a straight back. You can do a nice reverse swan dive up. Nice back bend here. And exhale, your hands in a prayer position over your third eye. This is intuition. Bring it over to your mouth for truth, and over your heart for compassion. And press your thumbs into your chest so you can feel your heartbeat, and just sit here and embrace this moment and feel this energy that you and the universe have created. This moment is exactly the way it's supposed to be. Find that peace, that gratitude. Be here and breathe. Very good. Very good. And bring your prayer once more to your third eye. Press against the third eye, awakening it. Your inner truth, their intuition, the divine knowledge. Good. And hands down by our side. And we're going to bring ourselves down to the floor easily. So inhale your hands up. And do a nice dive forward into a forward bend. Bring one arm down and the other onto all fours. And we're going to do some spinal exercises. It's good to nourish the spine. Alright, so first one is cat and dog. It's probably quite familiar. You round your back down, head up, tailbone up, and breathe. Don't hyperextend here. This isn't anything crazy. Just make sure you get a nice bend. And exhale, opposite. Get a nice bend here too. Really open up those scapulas. That's where we hold tension a lot Good. Now back up again. Tailbone up, head up, neck roll back. Good. Get that nice cervical curve going. And exhale down. Once more. On your own, just inhale up. And exhale down. Good. Okay, and now the spine is a 6-directional moving part of our body, so we're going to work that. So now just go ahead and lift your feet up, and we're going to bring our feet to one side and turn left to right. Look back at your heels and go back to your right. Remember, don't go further than it's comfortable. This is your spine. It's extremely important that if you're not flexible just yet, keep practicing, you will be. But if you're not, that's okay. Again, we're not striving for perfection right now. Perfection is I always like to say this, that it's a limitation. Because once you hit perfect, where else do you go? Growth is an imperfection. Alright, so now we're going to do a nice twist. So open your legs a little wider. Bring your right hand in front of you and your left hand up. Breathe. And just get as far as you can. If you can only get like this, that's okay. If you can get your chest up, bring it up. And breathe, don't forget that. And let's bring it back down. Left arm down, right arm up. Same thing. You might find yourself cracking here. That's okay. Just look up into that direction. Keep everything in one straight line. Good. And down. And up. And one more time. And right side. Good. Alright, and now we're going to get into our hip opener part. I love this. This is the true release part of the Moonflow practice. So go ahead and push yourself back up into a downward dog. Good. Now, I want you to take your left leg open, roll your hip. You can hear my crack. That felt very good. Make sure your shoulders are square. We're going to go into pigeon. I can show you a few variations. Do what's comfortable, but this is how it's done. So we're going to take our leg and swing it through. Put our shin parallel to the floor. Let your back foot fall down and keep your hips square. So you're going to feel it back here, opening, and in here. And you could stay up here. You could bend your leg, whatever. Hips are tight. They get tight over time. If you're sitting a lot, if you have a lot, not kind of a sedentary life. But if you find that flexibility, you can come down. You'll feel your hips opening, and you might feel a stretch. And if you're full, you can come all the way down on your forearms, or you can fall and rest. I think I'll stay on my forearms and just meditate here for a bit. You feel the stretch. Eventually your body will surrender. Relax that muscle. Breathe into it. Breathe in the light of the universe. And exhale. The dingy energy, pent up energy that's in your hip. Inhale and exhale. You can get very meditative with this. Come down. Eventually, you'll find that your hip will release. And just observe the emotions that you have here. And like I said before, be just an observer of them. Just let them flow past, like the wind carrying a cloud through a beautiful blue sky. No connection. Inhale and exhale. Release the energy, the trauma, any sort of pain, grief, guilt we've pent up. Let it go. It does us no service. Good. You could stay here for longer and pause the video, but if you'd like, just come back up and go ahead and curl your back foot under and push yourself back into a downward dog, keeping the leg up. Do a nice circular motion. Do this to just release the muscle back to its normal state. And circular motion is the key and the secret to flexibility. Good. Now go ahead and keep that leg up and come into plank and bring it down into a modified dolphin and upward dog. Good. Now come back down. And we're back into downward dog. I did a little chaturanga push-up. And then we're going to bring our right leg up and over. Open up that hip. Very good. Now again, bring that shin in front of us, square it out. Lower down slowly. And keep your hips square. If that means that it's up, that's fine. If you can go lower, good. Back foot down and lower yourself as far as it's comfortable. Remember, not striving for perfection or striving for growth. And breathe. I always find my left hip is so much tighter. There's a lot there. And these kinds of, in yoga, there's different kinds of breath, these kind of like breaths. It's a release, you know, like in the morning we yawn and we have this tendency to kind of yell out, and that's kind of like that release. So do what feels good to you, and that's what this is about. So take some breaths or some sighs, lay down, whatever you need to do. This is nighttime. We're getting ready to go to bed with a clear mind. Good. Remember, breathe in the light of the universe into your hip. Breathe in and out of your hip. Focus your energy on your breathing there. So breathe in the light, the white light of the universe. And breathe out the stale air that's been pent up in your tissues. Let it go. Good. Okay, you can stay here longer. But to move on with the practice, go ahead and prop yourself up. Back foot curled under. Come back into a nice downward dog, one-legged. Do some circular motions with your knee. Give the flexibility back into your hip. And do somewhat of a dolphin modified up into downward, or upward dog rather. And back into plank and put your knees down and find yourself in a child's pose. Good. breathe here. Find yourself. You can even take your arms, lay them next to you, forehead on the mat, and just breathe. Open up that back. Good. Bring yourself out of this and slowly go over on one side. And we're going to come into final pose, Chaturanga. Or I'm sorry, Shavasana. This is important. Even though it seems like you're just laying there, this is probably one of the most important poses. It resets your body and it takes the energy and kind of flows it through our body, gets our blood flowing right. So go ahead and lay here. It's good to stay for at least 3 minutes, up to 15, whatever you may feel. And I hope you enjoyed that. I am ready for bed right now. And I hope you are too. Make sure you get yourself into a Chaturanga, drink some water, and sleep well, yogi. Namaste.